Welcome to my YouTube channel, Toxic Relationships. My name is Maggie. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying the weather. It's actually cold out here and sunny at the same time, but in all, it's a very beautiful day. So today we'll be talking about using abusive languages on your partner. I know we are guilty of this. I'm also guilty. Yeah, and I know most of us are guilty of this, but we learn every day. We try to be better individuals to create a saner society. So abusive language is actually using offensive words on your partner to express your anger, your bitterness, your sadness over your situations or over events that played out. But the truth is, using abusive language is a no-no because it is unhealthy, not just to your partner, but to you as well. Using abusive language also reflects your inner you. It reflects who you are and what you stand for and what you represent. I know sometimes we get angry, we go overboard, we want to express ourselves, we want to give it hot, hot, hot at the moment. Like, I want to tell you my mind, you did this to me, you did that to me, you're this, you're that, you just spit it all out. But at the end of the day, when we are in our private moments, in our private time, in our quiet moment, we start thinking like, what did I just say? What did I do? Probably I would have done it this way, and it would have made more sense rather than saying certain words that I said then. The truth is, words spoken cannot be retrieved. It is out there, is that it is out there. So you can't take it back. In as much as you sometimes feel remorseful about what you have said, you go to your partner, you tell them, oh, I'm sorry for this particular words or my utterances, please forgive me. Yes, they are human. Of course, they'll forgive you. But the question is, will they forget? It is easier to forgive. Yes, I've forgiven you, it's all good. But will that particular word wipe out of their memory or, just go? The truth is, no, it's going to stay, especially when it is a repeated process. Today you tell me you're sorry, tomorrow you're calling me stupid, next tomorrow you're saying, oh, I'm sorry, and next tomorrow you're saying, and another day you're saying I'm stupid again. So it means that, oh, this has come to stay. That has been abusive and using abusive languages. Okay, the bad thing about these abusive languages is the effect it has on the partner at the receiving end. Yes, I've had situations of, especially some men, because of their ego, because of their pride, they always come with the slogan of, I am the man. If I say this to you, you don't have to retaliate. The truth is, action begets reaction. In as much as some people may swallow your words for peace to reign, not everybody is going to swallow your words for peace to reign. So some people, when you give them action, they react to your actions. So not everybody not everybody has the ability to absorb swear words. Some people, when you give it to them, they go all out, and it results to a whole lot of catastrophe at the end of the day, which won't be pleasant and favorable to any of the partners. I've heard of situations where a man who is married to a woman says a lot of hurting words to the woman, and he expects the woman to still apologize to him because he is the man according to him. This chauvinistic mentality of a lot of men. They always feel, I am the man, I can say words to you, but you are not allowed to say words to me. Excuse me, please. We are all humans. Blood flows through our vein. There is no special, God didn't create any special human being to be a receiver of insult or abuse. Because you should ask yourself questions. If this thing I said to this particular person is being thrown at me, will I take it? Will I receive it? You ask yourself, is this okay to me? If I'm the one receiving this, will I take it? So if you don't feel comfortable when someone calls you stupid, I see no reason why you should call someone else stupid. So if you're not going to take being called you're stupid, you shouldn't call someone else stupid. So I'll tell you the effect of abusive languages on partners. Well, when you use abusive language on your partner, you are indirectly or you're slowly killing their self-esteem. You're pushing them down to the point of having a low self-esteem about themselves. They start thinking if they are not better individuals, if they are not good enough. It runs through their thoughts. It affects them psychologically, emotionally, and every angle, every aspect of their lives, because they start withdrawing into their shell because they feel like, oh, I'm not better off. For every time I do this, I'm being criticized, I'm being abused. So it's better I just stay on my lane so I don't get to be insulted. Then, using abusive languages on your partner leads to accumulated anger. Let me tell you something about accumulated anger. Accumulated anger is very bad in the sense that when the person finally reacts, it could lead to possible deaths. It could lead to a lot of havoc. Accumulated anger is a situation where you do something to me. Today you tell me you're stupid, tomorrow you tell me you're mad, and I'm swallowing because I want peace to reign. I'm like, okay, let me respect myself. I'm swallowing. I'm, taking it all in. There will be a day. I'm human. Humans are prone to reaction. So there will be a day you may say, are you mad? Are you mad is actually a question, but because it is accumulated anger, probably I've been storing it, I've been bearing it, and I will just explode. And I may pick up an object, and it may result to something else. So accumulated anger is not something that is actually nice. Most times I advise people to express themselves, talk to your partner calmly if he or she does something that you're not comfortable with or you're not cool with, than piling it up in your heart and you explode unexpectedly and it results to something that you may regret or you feel bad about. Also, abusive languages lead to violence. Not everybody is going to take abusive languages. Sometimes you as the woman, you may tell a man, or the man tells a woman some F words or some cuss word, and before you know, physical combats, fights, and the rest. At the end of the day, we start hearing something like, oh, man kills wife, or wife kills husband, or boyfriend stabs girlfriend, all kind of silly, toxic happenings, which lead to emotional abuse and torture. Like, you're always fighting with your emotions, you're feeling down. This is not about physical combat. Like, this person is not beating you. This person is telling you words that will break you down. This person is telling you words that will make you feel so bad about yourself. Like, this person is, for example, this person is going to work in the morning and he comes to tell you words that will break you down, and he leaves for work, and you take the better part of your day dwelling on those words, dwelling on what he has said to you or what she has said to you, and he or she is coming back in the evening to continue from where he or she stops. Like, it is very toxic, it is very draining. Those are part of the effect of abusive languages on partner. Then, for those of you that have children and you still use abusive languages on your partner, the bad thing about it is your children are picking it up, because children are like wet clay. You can mold them to any form or shape at a very tender age. So whatever you're doing, they are picking it up indirectly. They are seeing you. So children, they actually learn by seeing, they learn by doing. So with time, they start using those words because to them they see it as normal, and if they are not rebuked or corrected at the tender age, they grow up with those words, and it's normal to them to use abusive languages because that's what they are familiar with. So you are also killing your children because you are not instilling moral values in them. They are picking up the bad values from you, which is not healthy, because we are working towards a saner society. Then as well, for those of you who have children and you use abusive languages on your children, you try to compare them with other people's kids. You tell them, oh, look at so kid, he or she is doing perfectly well. You're killing that child's self-confidence. You're making that child feel less of himself. You're making that child feel as if he is not better or he can't do better. You're killing that child indirectly. And with time, that child starts sinking into his shell, in as much as he may even have talents that he wants to showcase, but because you don't believe in that child, because whenever he comes to tell you, oh daddy, oh mommy, oh there's this project I want to do, you use your abusive language on him and cut him down, let him feel like you are not good enough. So please, if you're in this category of using abusive language on your partner or even on your children, I think it's high time you cut it off. It's high time you stop it. There are different ways to resolve conflict. You mustn't be abusive to resolve conflict. You mustn't be abusive to drive home your point. You mustn't be abusive to make the world know that yes, I have arrived. So please, there are different ways to resolve issues than using abusive languages on your partner, because that's not the best. It kills them, it kills an inner part of them, it makes them feel unloved, it makes the love between both of you go down, it creates this gap, it makes communication non-effective. So if you feel you can relate to this video, kindly drop your comments and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye bye.